Hi to all. Welcome to Thursday's lesson. That's going to be 2nd of April. It's Thursday, right? Okay. So yesterday the lesson that we were doing was it was easy. Unless you listen to me very carefully, you will understand it very well. If you don't listen to me, of course, you won't be able to do anything. So let's start today's lesson by checking the homework, which was for yesterday. Question number 2 and 3, I think we discussed the previous day. So we were left with question number, did we do question number 4 and 5? No. Okay, so your homework was question number 4, 5, 6, 7, and the next page, question number 1 and 2. Now, yes, question number 6 had troubled everyone, and the next page, question number 2 as well, because many girls even messaged me saying, we are not sure about your answers. Yes, so you can discuss and we can see the answers, how you have to get whether the answers you wrote is right or wrong. Okay, so we will start with this question number 4. Write an equation with the relationship shown in the table, then find the unknown value in the table. So as I explained you yesterday, if the value of x is less, that means you either have to add or multiply. If the value of x is more than y, then you have to subtract or you have to divide. Here in this table now, the value of x is less than y, which means either you have to add it or you have to multiply. Now just check for adding. 2 plus what gives you 16? 14. And you know that the pattern should be same for everything, not one up, one more and one less. Okay, so 2 plus 14 will give you 16. 4 plus what? 4 plus 14, will that give you 32? Of course not. So if it is not plus, what's the next thing I told you to look at? Multiply. So 2 multiplied by what will give you 16? Of course, 2 multiplied by 8 will give you 16. Okay, now if this was multiplied by 8, the remaining needs to be multiplied by 8 too. Does 4 multiply 8 give you 32? Yes. Does 5 multiplied by 8 give you 40? Yes, it does. So the rule for this table is multiply by 8. So how will you find the answer here for the unknown number? Multiply 3 by 8, which means your answer is going to be 24 here. Okay, so now we have to write the equation. So how do you write the equation? Start with y equals to, what did we do with the x? We multiplied the value of x with 2. So it's going to be x, right, multiplied. Now if I put the multiply sign again, you will get confused, see, because it's the same. So I'm going to put the point here so that you will understand that's multiply. As we know, the small dot also represents multiply, but it should be in the center. Now again, in the computer I cannot get it in the center, so I will just put that sign there. So we multiplied the x with 8, right? So y is equal to x multiplied by 8. Now you cannot leave it like that because you need to write it in a proper way. So how are you going to write it in a proper way? Y is equal to 8x. Now some of you have written x8, which is not the correct way of writing it. It should be 8x, because I also told you in yesterday's video, we give importance for the number when we multiply the letter and the number. So x multiplied by 8 is equal to 8x, it's not x8. You have to remember this. Okay, it's 8x, not x8. Okay, now let's move on to question number 5. Here, now the value of x is more than the value of y, which means it has to be either minus or it has to be divided. So what do you think it is going to be? Is it going to be minus or is it going to be divide? If it's minus, 18 minus what gives you 9? 18 minus 9 gives us 9. Now if it is minus 9, it has to be minus 9 here too. So is 20 minus 9 10? Of course not. So that means it's not minus. So that has to be, if it is not minus, it has to be what? It has to be divide. So we are going to divide the x value of x by 2. Now here again, I don't have the division sign in the keyboard, so I'm using this here. This also means divide. Okay, so that's going to be divide by 2, but you can write the division sign in place here. So 18 divided by 2 is 9. 20 divided by 2 is 10. 22 divided by 2 is going to give you how much? How much is 22 divided by 2? That's going to give you 11, because 2 11s are 22. So how are you going to write the equation? Y is equal to x divided by 2. Or you use that symbol divide, or you can write it as y is equal to x over 2, as we wrote that day. Y is equal to x up, and you can write 2 down here. This is also correct. X divided by 2, whether you write it x divided with 2, the symbol, or you write x divided by 2 like this, it is the same. So y is equal to x divided by 2 is your equation. Okay, now to the most troubling question, the most troublesome question, question number 6. What did they say? Tickets to a play cost $11 each. So tickets for one play is $11 each. There is also a service charge of $4 per order. So for every order, when you order the tickets, you have to pay $4. Means like once you have to pay $4 and then you have to buy the tickets. Write an equation for the relationship that gives the total cost to y. So total cost is y, which means y is the dependent one, in dollars for an order of X tickets. So we don't know how many tickets, so they said as X. What's the cost of one ticket? $11. How many tickets? We don't know, so we write it as 11X. And plus 4, because we have to pay the $4 for them for every order. So this is going to be your equation. Y is equal to 11X, X the number of tickets. One ticket is 11, so the number of tickets plus $4 per order. So if you have got this, well done. Okay, now moving to question number 7. Write an equation for the relationship shown in the table, then use the equation to find the estimated number of shrimp in a 5-pound bag. So we have to do two things, write an equation as well as find the estimated number of shrimps in a 5-pound bag. First, let's find out what happened here. The x is less than y, which means you have to either multiply or add. Now add, if 1 plus 23 will give you 24. So if it is plus 23, is 2 plus 23 48? Of course not. So you have to multiply it with 24, because 1 multiplied by 24 gives you 24. Okay, so 1 multiplied by 24. Is 2 multiplied by 24 48? Yes, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4. So is 3 multiplied by 24 72? Yes, it is. So how are I going to write the equation now? Y is equal to x multiplied by 24, right? X multiplied by 24. Now we have to write it in a proper way. We cannot keep it like that. So any number and letter multiplied will be 24x. So y is equal to 24x. Now, are we done with the question? No, we only wrote the equation. You have to find the equation to find the number of estimated shrimps in a 5-pound bag. So in place of x, you will replace the x with 5 and find out how many shrimps are in a 5-pound bag. So y is equal to 24 multiplied by 5. So how much is 24 multiplied by 5? Y is going to be equal to 120 shrimps in a 5-pound bag. So this is how you have to complete your question. Okay, now again, moving on to the most, okay, this was easy. Write an equation. You have to find out the equation. So your answer is going to be y is equal to x. Is it minus or divide? What did you guys write it as? Of course, it's minus, because 8 minus 4 is 4, right? And 10 minus 4 is 6. So it's a minus table. 12 minus 4 is 8. So x minus 4. This is going to be an equation. Y is equal to x minus 4. Okay, now again to the next troubling question. Okay, question number 2. There is a one-time fee of $27 to join a gym. So anywhere you go for a gym, first you have to pay a fee. So it's a one-time fee. One time you have to pay $27, and then monthly you will pay whatever you have, however you are using it. So in this gym, the one-time fee is $27. The monthly cost of using the gym is $18. So for month it's 18, but 27 you must pay when you join. write an equation for the relationship that gives the total cost y in dollars. Now again, the total cost is y, so y equals joining the gym and using for X months. So we don't know how many months. So what's the cost for 1 month? It's 18. And how many months? We don't know. So that's X plus 27, because anytime, like whenever we join, we have to pay 27. So it's plus 27. $18 multiplied by how many months? We don't know. But for 1 month, it's $18. So your equation has to be y is equal to 18x plus 27. Hopefully many would have got this right. Only you have to read the question correctly. It's all similar, only the words are different up and down. So this was the end of chapter 8, 9, lesson 2 for you. Okay, now today's lesson is going to be one of your favorite lessons. That's chapter 9, lesson 3, which is a problem solving lesson. Of course, I will not give difficult ones for you. We will do the easy ones. So I want you all to open page number 503 in your book. Open page number 503. Chapter 9, lesson 3. We are going to be doing the problem solving lesson today. Okay. It's similar to lesson 2, only that the words are too much in this lesson. That's all. Okay. Okay. So can we start lesson 3? Fine. First, let's do unlock the problem. The table shows the amount of water pumped through a fire hose over time. If the pattern in the table continues, how long will it take a firefighter to spray 3,000 gallons of water on a fire using this hose? Okay, so the time in 1 minute, they spray 150 gallons of water. In 2 minutes, they spray 300 gallons of water. In 3 minutes, they spray 450 gallons of water, and in 4 minutes, they spray 600 gallons of water. Now, we have to find out, first, let's find out the pattern in this table. Okay, so the X is more than Y. Always, this is going to be the X for you, and this is going to be the Y. Fine, so 1, it's the X is less, so it has to be plus or multiply. So 1 plus 149, it's impossible, right? So this has to be 1 multiplied by 150 is 150. 2 multiplied by 150 is 300. If you are very good in mental math, you don't need time to think about it at all. It is a pattern of multiply with 150. So let's first complete this table. Okay, what do you need to find? What do I need to find? But I'm telling you girls, so what do you need to find? What is the question? The question asks, how long will it take a firefighter to spray 3,000 gallons of water on a fire using this hose? So all what you need to do is copy, paste this whole thing there. That's all. This from here till the end of the sentence without the question mark. Just copy paste it here. So write it. I mean, you cannot copy paste it, so you have to write it. So write it quickly. Just copy from how till hose. You have to find how long will it take. You have to just complete it here. Have you all finished writing? Don't worry, I'm still typing. Okay. So how long will it take a firefighter to spray 3,000 gallons of water? That's it, water to spray using the hose. Okay, so this is what you're going to write. I just shortened it up, that's all. Okay, now what are they asking you? Using 3,000 gallons of water, how many minutes will it take to like to spray 3000 gallons of water. So the gallons of water will be here. So here you will be having a number 3000. So which means to find out how many minutes up, you know, we multiplied the value of x with 150 to get y. So to get, now we have the y, to get x we do the opposite. So with 3000 we divide it with 150 to get how many minutes. Don't worry, I know it's confusing, but let's complete the new. Okay, what information do you need to use? You are going to use, what are the two things you need? I need to use the relationship between, what are the two things given in the table? The time and the amount of water. So these are the two things we need. So I need to use the relationship between time and amount of water. Okay, how will you use this information? You are going to find a pattern, a rule. So you can say I will find a rule in the table, or you can say I will find a pattern in the table. Both of them are same. So you can say I will find a pattern in the table and write an equation. So we have to write an equation. Okay, so let's solve the problem. Use the table above to find the relationship between the time and the amount of water. Let T represent the time and W represent the amount of water. The amount of water in gallons is what multiplied by the time? What was that we found out? How much is it? 150. So we are going to write here 150 multiplied by the time in minutes. We multiplied the time with 150 to get the amount of water. So what is 150 going to be here? 150 is going to be W, which is the dependent variable. That's the amount of, or the total amount of water. 150 multiplied, you can see a small dot here, which means it's multiplied by T. That is the time. So 150 multiplied by T will give you W. So that's what they told. Time, that's T, multiplied by 150 will give us W. Fine. Use the equation to find how long it will take to spray 3000. So now we have 3000 and 150. How will you find out this answer now? Just as that, we are going to divide with both the numbers with 100, both the sides with 150, because 3000 divided by 150 will give you 20. Again, the basic facts, you can cancel 0 to 0 because each one of them have a 0. So you have 300 divided by 15, which will give you 20. So how many minutes will it take? It will take 20 minutes to spray 3000 gallons of water. Seagulls, this is problem solving, so of course you have to understand what you are doing. It's not that you will just copy what I am writing on the screen. Better you also read it once and then try to understand what we have done, because I don't have much time to give you so much to read and all that. And so you understand, once we are done with the lesson, you just go back and read and understand what we have done. Okay, now this one, question number 1 on page 505. So question number 1, page 505. A soccer coach is ordering shirts for the players. The table shows the total cost based on the number of shirts ordered. How much will it cost the coach to order 18 shirts? So this table here shows the number of shirts and the cost. So if 2 shirts are $30, 3 shirts are $45, 5 shirts are $75, 6 shirts are $90. Let's find out the pattern first, the rule. 2, it cannot be plus because 2 plus 28 is 30. 3 plus 28 is not 45. So of course it has to be multiplied by, 2 multiplied by what gives you 30? 15. So this table is for multiplying of 15. Right, the rule is the same. 2 15s are 30, 2 multiplied 15 is 45, and it goes on. 5 multiplied by 15 is 75. This is why mental math is very important for you. Okay, so the cost is C, that's going to be the dependent one. Okay, N is going to be independent. So the cost is how much? The cost is 15 multiplied by, what did we multiply 15 with? By the number of shirts. We multiply, how did we get the cost 30? When we multiplied the number of shirts with 15, we got the cost, right? Now let's write the equation. How are you going to write the equation? Of course, start with C equals 15 multiplied by n. This is the multiply sign here, this dot. So we multiplied 15 by n to get C. Now use the equation to find the cost of 18 shirts. So what's our equation? C is equal to 15 multiplied by n. This is our equation. So how are we going to find this? C equals, how many shirts are they asking us to find? 18. So we are going to multiply 15 with 18. Now do it in the proper way. 15 multiplied by 18 by using the steps. If you multiply, okay, I'm giving you 2 minutes. Find out how much is 15 multiplied by 18. Do it slowly, don't rush, you will make mistake. So slowly find out how much is 15 multiplied by 18. Okay, now 15 multiplied by 18, I think by now you must have got the answer. So 15 multiplied by 18 is going to be, okay, my computer is stuck again. So it's going to be C equals 270. 15 multiplied by 18 will give you 270. So the cost of 18 shirts is $270. Okay, so this is how you write the equation. You know how to write the equation. You just have to find out how much is the answer for the question which they have asked. Okay, now this is a think smarter question, so you have to think a little bit smart. What if the coach spends $375 to purchase a number of shirts? He bought some amount of shirts and he paid $375. Could you use the same equation to find how many shirts the coach bought? Do you think you can use this equation to find how many shirts he bought? Yes, you can, because what you will do is you have to write, yes, I can, by substituting, means replacing. Okay, I will use the easy word here. By replacing 375 in place of C and solve for n. So what you need to do here is, in the same equation, in place of C, because that's the total cost, he spent 375, so you can put 375. I will show you how. So it's going, your equation is going to be 375 equals 15 multiplied by n. So we have to find out 15 multiplied by what gives us 375. So how much do we think is going to be 15 multiplied by what's going to give you 375? You have to divide it. Okay, like 15 multiplied by what? Is it going to be 10? 15 multiplied by 10 is going to give you how much? You have to find it out, but they didn't ask you to find out. They just said, could you use? So yes, I can. Yes, I can, by replacing 375 in place of C and solving for n. Okay, so this was a go deeper, think smarter, but they didn't want you to solve it. They just want you to only say what you will do. Okay, now let's move to question number 4. The Carter family drove a total of 464 miles. So total, they have drove 464 miles. Describe how to use the pattern in the table to find the number of hours they spent driving. So here they gave you for 1 hour, they have traveled for 7 miles, 3 hours, 141, 5 hours, 235, and 6 hours, 282. All what you need to do is first write an equation. Always write an equation so that you can pattern means what they said, describe how to use the pattern means the rule which we have already learned. So 1, how did the 1 become 47? Multiply by 47. How did the 3 become 141? Multiply by 47. How did the 5 become 235? Multiply by 47. If you're not sure what I'm doing, you can go, you can pause the video and check. 3 multiplied by 47 is how much? It will give you 141. So the rule or the pattern for this table is multiply by 47. Okay, so let's write the equation first. How are you going to write the equation? Now this one is x and this one is y. So y is equal to 47x, right? 47 multiplied by x, so which is 47x. Now what is the question? The Carter family drove a total of 464 miles. So the total number of miles, that's y, is 564. How many hours did they drive for? You have to find out 47 multiplied by what gives you 564. So of course, to find out 47 multiplied by what gives you 564, you have to divide, but I cannot show you here to divide, so I will show you by multiplication. How much is 47 multiplied by 10? It's 470. How much is 47 multiplied by 11? How much is that? Quickly. How much is that? Come on, girls. Your girls are not so slow in math. How much is that? Fast, find out fast. Is it 517? Is it? Okay, it is 517. Okay, how much is 47 multiplied by 12 then? How much? Did you get the answer? 564? Yes. So here we have 564, which means 47 multiplied by 12 is giving you 564. So how many, describe how to use the pattern in the table to find the number of hours. So they spent 12 hours driving. This is how you need to find out the answer. Now it's easy is to divide 464 by 47, but here I cannot put the sign and I cannot put the long division. That's why I showed you in this way, which is 47 multiplied by 12 will give you 564. Okay, so let's move on to the next question on the next page. Okay, see this question. A group of dancers practiced for 4 hours in March, 8 hours in April, 12 hours in May, and 16 hours in June. If the pattern continues, how many hours will they practice in November? Now, of course, these kinds of questions, we have to write it down, else we won't be able to find out. So first, let's write here the number of hours. Okay, let's write the month first, and then the number of hours. Okay, what's the first one they have given? They gave us March. How many hours? 4. Then the next month they said April, which is how many hours? 8. The next month is May. They said how many hours? Look at the question. How many? 12. 12. Okay, after May they said June. So June, why did I put the slash there? June, they said 16. Okay, I'm giving you half a minute. Write it down quickly, this pattern. And then let's find out in November how much will they practice. Okay, are you done writing? So March is 4, April 8, May 12, June 16. Now the question is for November. What comes after June? July, right? After July, August. And after August, September. And after September, October. After October, November. So this is our question. How many hours will they practice in November? Look at the pattern. How did the 4 become 8? 4, how did the 4 become 8? You add 4, 4 plus 4. Okay, or you multiply 4 by 2. Now we have two options. Either you add 4, 1 is plus 4, or you multiply by 4. Let's see how did the 8 become 12. Is it by adding 4 or multiplying 4? 8 plus 4 is 12, or 8 multiplied 4 is 12? Of course, plus 4. So this has nothing to do with us. The multiply by 4 has nothing to do with us. So we will delete it. So the rule for this is going to be plus 4. 8 plus 4 is 12, right? 14. 12 plus 14 is, 12 plus 4 is 16. Now, for July, you have to add 4 again. So how much is 16 plus 4? That's going to be 20, right? Now for August, again, you will plus 4. How much is that going to give you for August? That's going to be 24, right? Now again, for September, you need to add 4. So that is going to give you 28. For October, again, you will plus 4 because that's the pattern of the table, right? So 28 plus 4 is going to give you 32. Again, to find November, you will plus 4. So that's going to give you how many? 36. So for November, it's going to be 36 hours. Now, okay, so this is how you have to find the answer. Hope you all got the answer right. So complete your work quickly and then let's move on to the next question. Okay, done. So let's go to question number 6. Now, the table shows the number of hours Jacob worked and the amount he earned each day. So, when he worked for 5 hours, he earned $60. When he worked for 7 hours, he earned $84. When he worked for 6 hours, he earned $72. When he earned for 8 hours, he earned $96. And when he earned for 4 hours, he earned $48. At the end of the week, he used his earnings to buy a new pair of skis. So these are 5 days in a week. He worked for 5 hours in a day, he earned 60. He had $218 left over. How much did the skis cost? So for example, just to make this clear for you, I'm saying, let this be Sunday, let this be Monday, this be Tuesday, and this be Wednesday, and let this be Thursday. Okay, so how much did he earn on Sunday? 60. How much on Monday? 84. Tuesday, 72. Wednesday, 96. Thursday, 48. So what did he do at the weekend? At the end of the week, he used his earnings. That means whatever he earned, all this, he used it to buy skis, and also he had $218 left. So how much did the skis cost? What are we going to do here? Okay, first step. We know the skis are 218, but we don't know how much he earned in all the week. But we know he earned on Sunday 60, Monday 84, like that. So what we are going to do is we are going to add all these amounts which he earned together. Okay, so let's add them first. So on Sunday he got 60, on Monday he got 84. This is what I put the days. Okay, you can put however days you want to. Let me just move it a bit because the dog will disturb else. So 60, 84, then 72 plus 96 plus 48. So we are going to be adding all these numbers together. Now you girls write it neatly because I cannot align all of them together. So let's add them and see. 0 plus 4 is 4, plus 2, 6, 6 plus 6 is 12, 12 plus 8 is going to be 20, right? So we put 0 here and we carry 2, right? Okay, 2 plus 6, 8, plus 8, 16, 16 plus 7, 23, 23 plus 9, 33, 23 plus 9 is 32, 32 plus 4 is 36. So how much did he earn in the weekend? He had, sorry, the whole week, he earned $360 together. So when we added all the amounts which he earned in the whole week $360. So the question says, let's write it here. Total earned, what is it on? Total earned equals $360. Now, what did they say? They had, after buying the skis, he had $218 left. So how are we going to find out what is the total, what is the amount of, what is the price of the skis? We have to, of course, minus 316 from 280 to find the cost of the skis. So how much money does he have left over? He has, let's correct this, left over. He has $218. So 218, we are going to subtract them, right? Let's subtract them. Now you can write it here and do it, but I'm doing it manually. So first let's, the cost of skis is equal to how much? 0 minus 8. You cannot remove 0, I mean subtract 0 from 8 from 0. So we borrow. That will be 5 here, 10. So 10 minus 8 is going to give you 2. So here we have 5 minus 1 is how much? 4, right? Then 3 minus 2 is going to give you 1. So what is the cost of skis? The cost of skis is $142. It needs deep thinking because it's a go deeper question. See, it's not like the one which we were doing in the lesson. All what you need to do is add the amount he earned on daily basis. So what when we added, we got 360. So after that, he bought a ski. We don't know the price of the ski, but he had 218 left after buying. So to find how much is the cost of the ski, we need to minus the amount earned from the left money. So that gave us 142, which was the amount, price of the skis. Okay, now I think that's enough problem solving for you. So you will have to do question number, page 507, question number 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next page, question number 1 and 2. Again, I'm repeating, page 507, question 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next page, question number 1 and 2. So do your homework until we meet in the next video. Take care of yourselves and stay safe.